What is going on, everybody? It is Handles, and I haven't really done too much of these type of videos. I usually just go through stories, but I feel like this is a perfect time to check in on all the rookies to see how they're performing. I've seen most of the rookies play, and there are some rookies that are blowing our expectations and some that are really not performing as expected. So from the 10 rookies I will name, I'll give an analysis with their performances. I'll also give my projected outcome for those rookies, whether they'll become an all-star, superstar, starter, sixth man, and so on. And before I give the projections, just remember I'd love for the players to prove me wrong and become better than how I see them, but I'll let you know how I see it for now. So anyways, these are the 10 rookies who are absolutely destroying the NBA. Number 10, John Collins. So at number 10 is John Collins. He was the 19th pick in the 2017 NBA draft and was selected by the Atlanta Hawks. I understand if you've never seen this guy play before, because well, he's playing on the Hawks. But he's actually playing pretty well for them. So 16 games into the season, John comes off the bench and is getting 21.3 minutes per game, while averaging 11.1 points, 7.3 rebounds, and a crazy 3.9 personal fouls per game. Yeah, if you've ever seen this guy play, this guy loves to touch other players. Yes, this man's a foul machine. While he's putting up great numbers, getting the points and boards in only 21 minutes a game while coming off the bench, he just can't keep his hands to himself. He's been in foul trouble nearly every game he's played, and now I almost expect that as soon as he comes in the game, he'll pick up 2 quick fouls after 30 seconds and he'll sit his ass right back on the bench. He's already fouled out of 2 games this season, and what's funny is, he only played 15 minutes in each of those games. So yes, he fouled out in only 15 minutes in 2 games this season so far. But if you don't look at all the foul trouble, he's actually a decent player. He and someone else is usually running a ton of pick and rolls, and if he gets open or gets good position down low, it's going in. He's got great touch around the rim, and if it doesn't goes in, since he's so active on the boards, he'll grab his miss and put it right back up or kick it out. Like, of the 7 boards he's getting a night, 3 of them are offensive. For John to improve, he really needs to keep his hands to himself so he can stay on the court. In the future, I can see him averaging a double-double every night. Now for my projection, I see him in the future as a 7th or 8th man off the bench. He just hasn't shown the upside at this moment to be anything more than that. He's a really good spark plug when he comes in the game. He gets nearly all of his points off pick and rolls and putbacks, and I think that's best served off the bench. Number 9, OG Anunoby. OG Anunoby was drafted 23rd overall by the Toronto Raptors, but he had a knee injury coming into the draft, causing his draft stock to slip quite a bit. But man, the Raptors really did find a gem that late in the draft. OG is a person that can do it all, play tough defense, and shoot lights out from deep. OG so far this season is playing 18 minutes a game, averaging 6.6 points, 2.2 rebounds, and 1 assist in every contest. While it may not seem like much, but he does a lot of things that the stat sheet doesn't show. He recently received the starting role as Norman Powell's out with injury, and he's really been playing well and might possibly keep that starting position. For example, he recently just held James Harden to only 2 for 15 while he was guarding him. And OG is actually 2nd in plus minus on the Raptors, behind only Kyle Lauri. And he leads every rookie in offensive plus minus. He just contributes so many ways the box score won't show, kinda like a Draymond Green. Even Kevin Durant says OG is one of the best rookies. As for the future, while he does get many comparisons to Kawhi Leonard, OG seems like he'll become an average starter in the NBA. A great player, but just not good enough to become an all-star. A problem he has is that his handle is very loose. He doesn't have the ability to try and take a guy one-on-one. He gets all of his points on catch and shoots and curls off screens. And he uses his thick legs. Yes, have you seen his legs? Them shit's thick. And he uses them to kind of power his way into the lane. But Kawhi did put up similar numbers to him in his rookie season, so there is definitely a lot of potential here. Number 8, Lonzo Ball. Oh man, Lonzo is really struggling to shoot the ball this season. He had an easy time at college with the weaker defense and everyone being slightly shorter, but with his ugly shot, he can't buy a bucket. He currently has a field goal percentage of 31%, which is literally the second lowest field goal percentage with a minimum of 100 field goal attempts over a player's first 16 games ever. He also has a 34.4 field goal percentage in the paint, which is literally the worst in the NBA, and he is shooting just 25% outside of the paint, which is the second worst in the NBA. And what's funny is LaMelo and Lonzo are the two brothers that are supposed to make the NBA, but LaAngelo, who isn't exactly supposed to make it because he's still fighting his way out of China, but LaAngelo actually has the best looking form from all three of them. LaMelo's and Lonzo's shooting forms are just ugly as shit, but it looks like LaMelo's might translate a little bit better to the NBA compared to Lonzo's. But anyways, even with all the scoring struggles for Lonzo, he's still filling up the stat sheet and is trying to contribute to his team's wins in any way. In 33 minutes a night, he's currently averaging 8.9 points, 7.1 assists, 7.1 rebounds, 1.5 steals, and nearly 1 block a game. I'd currently compare Lonzo to like an Elfrid Payton. They both can score, but love to rack up the assists, steals, and rebounds. But as for Lonzo's projection, I see him as a future all-star player. While all his other skills are fine, it's his scoring ability that's really preventing him from becoming an all-star level player. He's shown small glimpses of his potential in the game against Phoenix where he scored 29 points, and the game against Milwaukee where he scored 19 on efficient shooting. But it's just the very next game, you know, he's gonna throw up a ton of bricks. I do hope Lonzo can figure things out. Number 7. De'Aaron Fox. Damn, this guy is fast as hell. Really reminds you of John Wall. But seriously, what's going on in Sacramento? They are rebuilding, are second last in the Western Conference, and for some reason start George Hill over Fox. And George Hill has been playing like absolute trash. I would have expected the Kings to want to develop someone like Fox, to give him more minutes and play against other starters. But other than that, De'Aaron has really been showing what he's got. In the 26 minutes he's been playing a night, he's averaging 11 points, 4.7 assists, and 3 rebounds. He just really needs some more minutes to get good experience to become better, especially with the fact that he's on the Kings, who literally have the 4th worst record in the league right now. It doesn't make sense why he doesn't get more. But anyways, De'Aaron Fox, I see him to become an all-star level player in the future, a similar status of John Wall. Him and Fox are great players in transition. If they can get a full speed ahead, there is no stopping them, but they both struggle a bit with shooting. Number 6. Lauri Markkanen. Again, another player I would understand if you guys haven't seen him play, since he's on the Bulls. But Markkanen has proved to be a great stretch 4. He's shooting nearly 37% from 3 while putting up 15.6 points, 8 rebounds, and 1.6 assists in 31 minutes a game. He's actually the highest scoring rookie in the 2017 NBA draft class. He's a huge scoring threat, so you definitely can't leave him wide open. As for Markkanen's future projection, I see him as a fringe all-star, basically like a Mike Conley. Good enough to become an all-star, but there will always be better players that are better and deserve it more than him. Number 5. Kyle Kuzma. Someone who I'd say is the biggest steal of the draft is Kyle Kuzma. For comparison to Lonzo, Kuzma is averaging less minutes and averages double the points than what Lonzo does, and does it on very efficient shooting. Kuzma is averaging 16.5 points, 6.8 rebounds, and 1.4 assists per game this season. And while he's a very average shooter, his length and finishing ability is what makes him elite. Kuzma is shooting 70% from within 3 feet of the basket, so if he can somehow get position or drive and get close to the basket, you can basically just add 2 points right away. I guess it's his athleticism with his height advantage that's really allowing him to finish on drives so easy. But with more time, Kuzma is definitely going to get better and will likely become an all-star level player in the future. Number 4. Donovan Mitchell. As a rookie, Donovan Mitchell has the ultimate green light to just chuck the ball. Utah has nearly no scoring options. They actually rank 27th in points per game, so they love to give the ball to Mitchell and Rodney Hood just to throw up a shot. Mitchell was drafted 13th overall by the Denver Nuggets and was traded to Utah, and even with all the shots just being jacked up by him and Hood, he's actually playing pretty well. Over 18 games so far, Donovan is averaging 14.9 points, 3.1 rebounds, 2.1 assists, and 1.3 steals per game. The only problem is he's shooting 38% from the field. I guess that's just what happens when you chuck a bunch of contested shots. But no matter what, he's still one of the main offensive threats on the Jazz. But right now, I have Donovan becoming at best an above average starter or a 6-man. Either role is suitable for him. He's kinda like that instant offense type of guy, like a Lou Williams or Jordan Clarkson, but hopefully he can start shooting better by the end of the season. Number 3. Dennis Smith Jr. Dennis Smith can really jump. Man has hops. And even though you might not watch any Maverick games since the Mavericks have the worst record in the entire NBA, I'm sure you've heard about him. Even LeBron gave him credit as being such a talented player, saying that the Knicks should have drafted him. And his comments did cause a little fight between him and the Knicks, but while he's struggling to get the Mavericks some wins, he's still playing well. In nearly 29 minutes a game, Dennis Smith is averaging 14.1 points, 4.4 assists, 4.3 rebounds, and nearly 1 steal a game. But the same with Donovan Mitchell, their shot just isn't falling every night. Dennis Smith is currently shooting 38% from the field, but a lot of that has to do with his terrible 3-point shooting so far. He's attempting 5 threes a game and is only making 29% of them. That's way below the league average of 35%. But Dennis is getting the open looks, his shot just isn't falling, but definitely not as bad as Lonzo's. And I project Dennis Smith Jr. to become an all-star in the future. He has all the tools to become that, just needs to find his stroke again. But he's definitely showed how he plays when he shoots well, and he played really well against Cleveland, dropping 21 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. I guess that's why LeBron really likes him. Number 2. Jayson Tatum. Of the entire 2017 NBA draft class, Jayson Tatum has been performing the best by far. Of course, we don't know just how good Markelle Fultz will be since he is still dealing with that shoulder injury, but so far, Jayson Tatum has been the best. His team is also currently on a 16-game win streak and have the best record in the entire NBA. And Jayson has been a big part of that by filling up the stat sheet and playing great defense. He is currently averaging 13.9 points, 5.8 rebounds, 1.3 assists, and 1 block per game. He's doing all of that while shooting nearly 50% from the field, and he just so happens to be shooting 46% from 3. But even without seeing him play, looking at his team's record and without looking at his defensive numbers, you can clearly tell he's been the best just from how much he scores and the efficiency of it. His defense has also been elite as well. It definitely helps being 6'8" with quick feet and a long wingspan. Jayson has the potential to become an all-star level player and definitely one of the better all-stars. He's just been that good. I really can't say enough good things about his play, but one thing that really makes Jayson have a hard time shooting so well is if he has a long defender on him. Someone like a Kevin Durant, Johannes, or basically anyone that's really tall and long really hurt Jayson's shooting ability, and he has a tough time even getting shots up against them. Hopefully he can find his way around that in the future. Number 1. Ben Simmons. Definitely the best rookie of everyone I've named so far is Ben Simmons. While he was drafted in 2016 first overall, he had an injury that made him be ruled out for that entire season. So now he's healthy and is officially an NBA rookie. And while Jayson Tatum has been the best rookie so far of the 2017 draft class, Ben Simmons has been the best rookie overall, and he's really a superstar on the rise. Him along with Joel Embiid are giving the Sixers their first winning season in a long time. They are currently 9-7 and have won 7 of their last 10 games, and that's mainly thanks to the play of both Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. Ben is averaging 18.7 points, 7.6 assists, 9.2 rebounds, and 2 steals per game on 52% shooting. Clearly he's just doing it all, but he's getting nearly all of his points on drives. For someone who's 6'10", he's very crafty and quick, and it looks like he can get to the rim anytime he wants. And being 6'10", it really helps him finish easy over anyone. He's shooting 74% from within 3 feet of the rim. But of course, not everyone is perfect. While he has shown he's a capable shooter from the mid-range at times, he's overall an awful shooter. In the mid-range, he's shooting 30%, and from 3, while he's only attempted 6 3-pointers so far, he has yet to make a single one. I've even seen him shoot a couple air balls when he was wide open in the mid-range. But despite the fact that he can't shoot, he's still racking up the points on drives and is a great playmaker. He creates a ton of opportunities for his teammates. But as for Ben, in the future he will definitely be a superstar level player. He's clearly better than anyone I've mentioned so far on this list, and will definitely be Rookie of the Year if he can keep up this level of play. And with the lack of talent in the East, I don't doubt that he has the possibility of making the All-Star team this year, and that says a lot with him only being a rookie. Anyways guys, those are the 10 rookies who are absolutely destroying the NBA. While I know some of you may not like where I projected some of your favorite rookies, but just remember, I'd love for them to perform even better than how I expect them to. I want all of them to become All-Stars because they are all good players. But just remember, not every rookie can become an All-Star. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Do all that good stuff, like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on my different accounts, and as always, till next time, I'm Handles, and I'm out.